Hi there, my name is Mike. I'm from Canada. I like to learn about the UK and the EU. And today I'm going to watch this video and give you my reaction to the 10 most beautiful places in northern England. Okay, let's get into it.
Video. Now, England is an incredible country to explore. In part 1, we took a look at some of the places in the south of England. But the north is full of history, beautiful villages, and also gorgeous national parks.
Really,
So we're going to
does look
focus
gorgeous.
on the north. Let's take a look at 10 beautiful places to visit in the north of England. York, a beautiful city in the UK with a lot of history as it was founded by the ancient Romans. It's known as one of Europe's most haunted cities, so you can learn a lot about its spooky history via attractions such as guided ghost walks. But the main attraction is York Minster. And let's say once you finish that, you can take a walk down the Shambles, a pretty street where the 15th century buildings almost touch.
Oh, wow. I've been there. This is great. I've been to York. I was there in 2001. Long time ago, and we saw the York Minster, and I clearly can remember it. So when he mentioned York, first thing, I was thinking of the large church. I couldn't remember what it was called, but the Minster. And in this street he's showing here, I'm pretty sure I walked down this too, but it's been decades since I've been there. I have to go back, but certainly it looks extremely picturesque, extremely historic. And as a person from Canada, where our history is very short, I mean, the oldest building we have here is maybe 130 years old, if you 140, at least in the part of Canada I am. I'm in Western Canada, so everything is kind of newish here. If you're in Eastern Canada, things are old, a bit old. There are some more further history in Eastern Canada, but yes, very picturesque. Wow, I'm already very impressed. Makes me want to go right away.
Number 2, Durham. A city located in the northeast of England, just south of Newcastle. It's a university town with an incredible amount of history and culture. You have Durham Cathedral, renowned for its incredible architecture,
Oh,
as it
wow.
stands high above the city.
Whoa. Wow.
From the outside, it's magnificent, but from its interior, it's even better. Sitting at the heart of Durham's World Heritage Site and occupied continuously since the 11th century,
Wow.
Durham Castle, now home to the students of University College, which is part of Durham University.
Wow, amazing. I mean, that's just, you just don't get structures like this in history, the year 1100. So, there's nothing even close to this age and history in Canada in terms of structures like this, for sure. Wow. Beautiful. Looks like there's a dam
Number
there or
3,
something.
the Lake District.
Windermere.
Now, the
Yes,
Lake
sir.
District is a stunning...
It's interesting. Windermere. It's a name I've heard of before, and I'm sure in Canada we've probably named something Windermere after the original Windermere back in England. But yeah, very nice. Lake
National
District.
Park, a mountainous region located in the northwest of England. A popular holiday destination, famous for its lakes, forests and mountains, and its association with William Wordsworth and other lake poets. So this is where you can discover spectacular landscapes, pretty villages, and a very warm welcome, and rich cultural heritage.
Very interesting. I mean, just looking, oh, so beautiful. Just looking at the video here, I can see on the ground that there's some fence lined as well. I can just imagine those were built probably hundreds of years ago. Is this where you have herds of sheep or other farm animals? Wow, extremely picturesque. Wow, so beautiful.
But there's plenty of opportunities to enjoy outdoor activities, such as boating or paddleboarding, or even recreational walks. I mean, even the oldest rocks in the Lake District are about 500 million years old. So there's so much history and natural beauty to discover. But don't forget the villages such as Keswick, Windermere, and Hawkshead.
They look almost untouched for decades or centuries. And you can, of course, see modern roads and cars, but the main structures here, the houses and the buildings, are all appear to be very old. And I'm sure that, well, it certainly adds to the ambiance of the area, the entire feel of these towns they're describing. It's almost like a snapshot of history that's in modern day. At least that's how it seems to me watching from this angle.
Number 4. Whitby. Perched on
Yet another name that's familiar to me, Whitby. There's a town in Ontario, Canada, called Whitby, which I'm sure was named after this one. So, yeah, it's just incredible how much in Canada has been, I guess, copied from the UK. And Whitby is yet another name that we've reused here.
the northeast coast of England, Whitby is a pretty historic fishing town that you can visit. The skyline is overlooked by the historical ruins of Whitby Abbey, which is a Gothic structure that inspired Bram Stoker to write his classic horror masterpiece, Dracula.
Wow.
So it's a wonderful sight to see, and easily one of the best places in the north of England, especially if you love history.
I'm sure if I looked up, what this structure used to look like when it was still intact, I'm imagining it is pretty incredible. But even now, as it is in ruins, it's still
But if you fancy
really
a little
amazing.
trip from the town itself, head over to Robin Hood's Bay, which is a picturesque old fishing village on the heritage coast of the North York Moors. Number 5. Staithes. Clinging to the hillside, Staithes on the Yorkshire coast north of Whitby is an unmissable destination.
Let's see what's on the menu today. Fresh local crab, sandwich, chips and salad, fish and chips and crab salad. Oh, yes, please. I'll take one of each of those. Wow. Yeah, it's amazing. And I can see here in the background here, Dottie's Tea Room. I can't read the rest of the sign. It's unfortunate, but certainly, again, very picturesque. Picturesque, and it's probably lovely just to wander through these towns and have a nice light lunch and visit the shops. Oh, wow.
Destination to explore. From the winding cobbled streets to the charming 18th century cottages, you will find this coastal village is full of character. It was once one of the largest fishing ports in the northeast.
I can see the boats on the ground there, so there's clearly a fair bit of tidal force here. So the tides must be fairly high, I guess. That's what I'm assuming with the boats, how they are on the mud there, and the tide is out. But yeah, it's just interesting. And then, so this has been a fishing village, I guess, for centuries. Amazing. Great history.
Now, this hillside gem is a treasured base for exploring Yorkshire. Number 6. Yorkshire Dales. Now this beautiful area encompasses thousands of square miles of moors, valleys, hills, and pretty villages.
Wow.
And southeast on the River Wharfe, we have the Bolton Abbey estate, which includes the ruins of a 12th century monastery,
Wow.
which could be something
that
you
looks
want.
that looks pretty cool. That yes, this here where the people are walking across the water on the pillars in the water. I can see how kids would have fun, but I could see how you take a wrong step and whoops, splash. And then again, a ruin of another. I can't remember what he said. Church. Is it a church? But wow, amazing.
Which includes the ruins of a 12th century monastery, which could be
yeah.
something you want to visit. But the area is one of the best places to see in northern England. But one of Yorkshire's best kept secrets is the Scarborough Reservoir. It's a remote and peaceful area surrounded by impressive scenery. And along this route you can admire the impressive architecture of its neighbouring reservoir, with dramatic arches across the spillway, which flows right into Scarborough House. Number 7. Northumberland and Bamborough Castle. Nestled on the pristine coastline of Northumberland, Bamborough is a tiny little place that has some of the best coastline and castle around. So if you've seen the Netflix programme The Last Kingdom, you would know Uhtred of Bamburgh.
I've not
So
seen
he
that.
did exist, but we call it Bamborough Castle. Only about 16 minutes from the Holy Island, it's quite easy to partner a trip to Bamborough Castle with a wider trip across Northumberland.
Just what comes to mind for me as a person who hasn't traveled to these places is the best way to get. I'm already planning my vacation. Wow. Is the best way to get to these places by car? Is that the best way? Is there? I wonder if there's a bus tour. I wonder if there's a public transportation. As a Canadian, typically the best way to explore Canada is by car, or if you have the time and the energy by bicycle, but that can take an extremely long time. So I don't know if traveling by car would be the best way. But anyways, there's just so many amazing places here. I'm just so impressed how this looks. This is, wow. Makes me want to go right away.
But take some time to enjoy the stunning beaches around the castle too. They're totally pristine and offer some of the gorgeous views over the castle itself.
Wow. And I certainly have to give this person a thumbs up on their cinematography of this video and the editing and the audio. I think that's certainly adding a lot to the entire experience I'm having here, which is amazing.
Number 8. Hebden Bridge. Now this is a whimsical little market town. Hebden Bridge's Rochdale Canal is nothing but a totally gorgeous spot to visit. But Hebden Bridge's cobbled lanes quickly give way to that glorious Yorkshire countryside. The nearby Hardcastle Crags, owned by the National Trust, are a must visit. As it boasts a beautiful wooded valley complete with tumbling streams and 15 miles of footpaths and walkways. So it's easily one of the best places in the north of England to explore.
I love how everything is so green and lush. It's just how I imagine the countryside to be. That's amazing.
Number 9. Scarborough.
I laugh because Scarborough is a suburb of Toronto, Canada. But again, another name that we've
So
borrowed
this is a seaside
from
town
England.
located in Yorkshire and is best known for being the largest holiday resort on the Yorkshire coast, as well as being popular for fishing. So if you're a big fan of traditional British seaside experience, then yes, Scarborough is where you need to head to. It has easy access as there's a train station located in the centre of the town, so it's roughly about 8 minutes to walk towards the beach.
Oh, interesting. I think he heard my question. I was wondering how to get there. He said by train. That's the way to do it. An 8-minute
And it
walk to the
takes
beach.
4 hours by train from London, so it's definitely worth it. But no trip can go without visiting Scarborough Castle. Built in the 12th century, it's set in a stunning location and has beautiful panoramic views over the dramatic coastline.
Yeah, they always built the castles in the very best spot. Of course, the top of the mountain, the top of the hill, the best visibility. Also, I'm sure for safety that
So
made
just
it
remember,
better as well.
go get yourself a bag of fish and chips from this place called The Anchor, head towards the beach and enjoy.
Wow, such a wide beach, so much sand.
Number 10. Malham. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there was a village that I highly recommend that you should visit. Malham is a small village at the southern base of the Yorkshire Dales. A very pretty place, surrounded by limestone dry walls and with a stream running right through the middle of the village. It's been a settlement for at least 1,000 years. You can even see traces of Iron Age boundaries that are still visible today.
Yes, certainly. All those fence lines.
From 100 years ago, Malham was a place of mills and mines. But nowadays, some of the main activities are hill farms and tourism. But for a 20-minute walk, you will see Malham Cove, a 70-metre high, gently curving cliff of white limestone in the shape of an amphitheatre. So you should visit the cove to enjoy some of the beautiful walks, just to take in this formation.
Yeah, very interesting formation. He said it's shaped like an amphitheater, so is there an amphitheater there? Maybe there's not.
So there you have it, folks. Just a few of some of the stunning places that you will find in the north of England. For the rest of the year, I will cover far more places, villages, castles, etc. So if you've never been to England before, I highly recommend that you head up to the north, especially if you love the outdoors. So thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel, and I will see you all on the next one.
Wow. Okay, I have to give this video a thumbs up. Too bad I can't give a giant thumbs up. 9,200 thumbs up already. Wow. Yet again, as I learn more about places in the world, I have another place on my bucket list of things I need to go do and see and visit. So I can just imagine how wonderful it would be to visit all these places that he's described and shown and pictured here. And I am envious of anyone who lives nearby a castle or even an old ruined castle. There's exactly 0 castles where I live. So, wow, it's so picturesque and really makes me want to visit. And, I know when I visited in 2001, visiting the UK was everything seemed comfortable and familiar to me because so many things are named the same in Canada. And of course, the language is the same. Of course, there's, you know, different phrases, but I can fully understand what's going on. So this was a really great video. I'm so glad I watched it. And I feel like I need to watch this fellow's other videos too. He's got 10 towns in England, 10 places in Scotland. So maybe I'll react to those in the future. But thanks for coming along with my journey. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and my eyes and ears, even the music he had playing was really wonderful. So I really enjoyed this video. If you found the video interesting or informative, I really appreciate it if you'd consider giving me a thumbs up, and also subscribe for future reaction videos as I explore the world of the UK and the EU. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.